All right, so let's continue from where we stopped. Yesterday, we were able to undo the toggle for light and dark mode, and we were able to render this our quiz type selection, where the user can select any of their quiz they want. So if I click on JavaScript, it will take us to the link along with the type that we pick there. And on this page, we should be able to display the quiz that matches that particular quiz type that was selected. So the first thing we need to do first is to work on the layout, which is what we have here. And I can see that this layout now is the same thing as what is going on here. The question, these two stuff are placed side by side on desktop, but on tablet and mobile, they are stacked on top of each other. So, and the same thing too for the result page. Since they are the same thing, so what we can do is to abstract out by taking out what we did here. So this layer, what is here, we can turn into a container that can be used in the other pages that we have too. So under this layout, I'm going to create a file, call it container like this, GSX, so REFCE. So this container, what it's just going to do is to receive children, so receive children, and whatever children will pass into it, it's just going to render the stuff. But what is it going to do? It's going to apply some style here, which is the same thing across both there. So under the home page, what I did here, I'm going to cut it out, or the styling that I have here, I'm going to cut it out because it's the same thing for all of them. Then convert this one to that container so that it's coming from this layout. Yeah, so container like that. Save. We shouldn't have anything like that again. So you go back to the page, you see that they are now, it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to give error because I've not saved the file, as you can see here. So I've not saved the file. So go back to that place, saved, and go back to the page, reload. We should see everything, but the styling is not going to be there. Yeah. So the styling is gone like that. Now let's put the styling. So put the class on the stuff, save it, and the styling should be back. So that container now, you can use this for the other two pages, like the quiz and the results page, so that we don't need to start doing this thing again and again. So a must, you can just quickly copy and paste to those pages. But instead of repeating ourselves, we can do it like this. So this same container too now, I'm going to use it on the quiz page. So instead of using this, what I will just do is to replace it with container like this. So this container, so let's select one of the quiz. So JavaScript, and as you can see, it's going to be there, but it looks as if everything is there like that. It's not because this text is small, but if you check the CSS, if you inspect it, you see that it's actually being divided into two. So this one stop here, and the other one is like this, like that. So what do we need to do? We need to even the next one. If I want, if I can convert it to so this one that I have here. So let me go to the home page. Is there any other thing that I converted? Because I can see what is going on here. You can see what is going on here is still the same thing that is going on down here. So if you look at the flex grow, okay, this one is gap 4, and this one is okay. It's a little bit different. So let me just do it directly from here. So from that our quiz page, what do we need? We need two sections. So we need the section for so we need the section for the questions. So this is where you're going to have all the questions. And we need the second section. This is where we are going to have the options and submit button. So option and submit button are going to be inside the second place here. So I need to style them, and they need to take half on the. They need to take half on the screen. What's wrong with this? Okay. I didn't know I actually could do it like that. Ah, what's wrong with my odds? My odds. No, oh, UK, US. All right. So yeah, I want to give them the same class. So both of them are going to be flex, like this, or flex one. They should just take this thing like that, the space. So which other thing do we need to do? So they should be flex two, flex pole, because this is what I'm trying to do. So if you look at it, it's not even, so if you look at it, see that by this it's kind of a gap. So it have this, and this one. Again, this one too, you can see it have this, and this. That's what I'm doing. And there is a gap in between them. So which I'm going to use maybe gap 5 like this. So save and run. So inside this place, as you can see on this side, we have the question, because I'm going to be creating component for each one of them. So this one now, I'm going to create a component for it. Its own job is just to display the number of questions that you have. And again, too, we are going to have the box for the actual question, and we have the box for this progress. I think we have progress, so we have this progress text. Let's call this one progress text, and this is the progress. What can I call it? So I will just like that. Then again, we are going to have the question box. So let me create. I will not create them outside. I will just put it there. So const like this. This one is going to be progress text. So progress text, which is going to be arrow function here. So return. What is it returning? Is going to be like h5 like this, and inside it is going to be question. So this one now, the current question. So where all these things are coming from, we're going to get them of the total questions like this. So all these things I will just define them outside for here for now. So const current question is going to be 1, and const total questions is going to be 10 like this. And as you can see, this stuff we have here, this one too we need it. So which means the parent needs to supply all this information. So instead of me doing like this, so let me just receive it from the props. So current, and this one too, like this, is going to come from here, like that. So save, run it. So we've not used this thing at all, so that's why it's complaining. But let me apply the style. So class name. So what is the styling that we have there? So let's go back into the stuff. And as you can see, the color is the primary one, which is green. We set that one up already. And the color should be white when this is dark mode. So we don't need to touch. But the font size, you can see on the desktop, the font size is 1.25. It's 1.25 on desktop. On tablets, so what is it using on tablet? 1.25, so no difference. So that means from tablet up. But I know that on the mobile, let me see, the mobile should be different. Yeah, on mobile 0.875. So text, this should be XL or large rather. Should be XL or large. So what is there? Yeah. So large, no. Even is it's not available. So text medium, come aside. Let me see. Should be small. Yeah, it is small. So on medium screen, that has text. I think it's XL, which is 1.25. Yeah, like that. So it is italic. So italic, whether your mobile or desktop, is always going to be in italics like this. So save. So where do we want to use it? We want to use it here. So it's going to be this progress text. But we need to supply the props that I need. You need the current question and you need the total question. So constant current question. This one is going to be a state later on. So but it's something that has to be changed based on it. So current question and set by default is going to be 1. Then the other one is going to be the total question set total questions like this, which is going to be use state by default. Let's set it to 10, like that. So here we need to supply all this in. Let me disable this. Let me disable this. No one use var. Let me try it again. So current question is going to be current question. And which other one you need? You need total question should be total questions. Like this. So save the stuff and run it. Go back to the page, and we should have the stuff. But I'm saying use state is not defined because we did not import it. So import and save. Then there shouldn't be because all this one there is no problem with that. And as you can see, we have question 1 of 10, and if they change, for example, maybe like 6 later on, it will update the stuff. And that's what is going to be happening when we are clicking on next. So it will update the question, then it will pick the question from here, and the thing will work. So let's work on the second one. So constant the progress bar like this is going to be so return. So for this one, there are two things under the progress bar. If you look at it, the progress bar, it has a background and it has this the progress itself. So the background is this white, then it has the progress that is going on there. So how do we get that progress? It's simple, it's just mathematics that we need, simple math that we need to do based on the current and the total distance that you pass into it. So it needs to receive this one too, and that's what it's going to use to calculate its progress. So do this. No. So yeah. So how do we get the width of the inner child? So to get the width of the inner child, so cause the width percent, it's going to be this one, as you can see. That's what we need to do. So to get the width percent, this is total and this is current. In order for you to get the percentage, you divide this one by this and multiply by 100, and it will give us whatever we need. To fix is just how many number of decimal places do you want. We don't want any decimal points like that. Because for example, here, let's go to the browser, and it's just normal math that is going on there. So this is what it's doing. As many it is that 6 now, it will be 6 divided by 10 as in 0.6. So we need to multiply by 100 to get the percentage. So that's 0.6, then multiply by 100 to give us 60. But assuming the division is giving us decimal points, so we can remove that decimal. For example, I have maybe that 6.5 divided by 10 like this. As you can see, we are getting, even this one too did not even do it. So let me use a number that can generate decimal points by 10 like this, even though so yeah, even if I multiply by this thing, so now this one, then multiply by 100. So you can see now we're now getting 62.13. So now if you use that to fix, you can remove any decimal point we needed because we don't need all those decimal points. Then to fix like this. So 0, we don't need any. But you see that it's coming back as this, so there is no decimal point. So that's what that thing was saying there. But we know that we are not going to get decimal point because the number is whole number. So, but if something that can give you decimal point, so that's why it's used to fix at the end. To just remove any decimal points we have at the end. So what do we need here? We need to receive a div, or we need to use this div. So div. So inside the div, we now need to have the one that is moving. This is the background. That's the white one. And this one will now be moving based on the percentage. So that one is 60 now, so it will stay at 60%. So again, to here, I will just use span for this one, or I can use D for any stuff, but it's not doing anything inside. So this one now, let's give it a class name. So the BG is going to be white, so it is rounded. So rounded full like that, which is 100% or so. So where's the height of the stuff? So what's the height of the stuff? The height is one area, so that is 4. So h4 like that. So the width is full, 100% full wherever you are coming from. So save it and go back to the page. So go back, we will not use it at all. So let's use it first. After this progress, so we want to add it. So we need to supply all this into it too. So current and this thing. So pass it into it. So save and go back to the page. We should have that white box here. So we have the white box already. So the only thing we need to add now is that inner stuff based on this value. So how do we do that one too? So we just need to quickly apply. So this one now is going to have this class like that. And anytime you want to apply dynamic stuff, you need to use staff, not tailwind, because tailwind will not help you with that. So H should be full by default. BG should be that our Apple, whatever stuff. And even the AI is listening to me already. So you can see the width, we are set with the value we get, we put it there. But I don't need all this one that is setting. So this one is not needed. The only thing we need is just this weight here. Because the weight is dynamic. So we generate the percentage from here. And that percentage, no, it's not giving us the percentage symbol. So we put it there and we pass this percent. But this thing too is not returning number back. We need to convert this into number. How do you convert it to number? Or you can even leave it like this. As string. So just save it like this. I did not see anything on my page. So why are we not seeing anything? So let me see what is going on. But that thing is returning string back. So we did not, I know why. The reason is, is because of this span. This span is crazy. By default, the span is inline. You cannot give it height and width. So that's what is going on there. Let me bring it back to the page. What's going on? So if you go back to that place, open it. So open the stuff, you see the span. Can you see height and width is zero? So can you see what we've applied? Can you see that it's not doing it? He said that the display is what? Inline. So it will not allow you to set height and width. Before it works, we have to change this display from inline to maybe flex, or can you see what he's saying? So you need, before this thing will work, we need to change to display to any other thing. Because span by default is inline. So it takes the width of what is inside it. And since nothing is inside it, you can't change the width and height. So for us to do it, what we can do is to just say flex like that by displaying it as flex, or you can use other type of display. But I don't think this thing is 100%. It will not full like this. I think there's some padding inside the stuff. Yeah, the thing actually has padding. As you can see that it did not full. There is some padding inside the box. So which means from the parent, let apply padding. So from the parent, where is the parent? This is the parent here. So what we can do is to use maybe another P2 or so. I don't know any one of them that will work, but because the white's supposed to show outside. And I think these two that I applied, it did not apply my style. What's going on? Why is it still loading? Let me see. The height is zero. So the thing is not giving him any height at all. So let me remove it from here. Let me remove the height from here. So let it apply from here directly. So the parent will actually take from the child. So let me apply it from here. So that yeah, it can show like that. Because before it's not that height for me 100. We apply padding. Padding has taken all this space. So this one did not have anything. So since it does not have anything, let's just apply it here directly. Because the parent will be looking at the child. Since the child is having this height, then it will just pick it up. And I think this two is too much. Let me use one for padding. We just need little, yeah, take it okay like this. So now, saying we always change based on the value that we have there like that. So if this thing is 1, then it's going to take the percentage of the stock. So like that. So if it is 9, that's around that 90%. So if it is 5, that is 50%. And this thing will keep increasing. But if you look at this thing, it's just moving, like the thing is just moving instantly. We want the thing to kind of slide. So what we can do here is to transition the stock. So this width we can apply transition to it by just saying transition like that. It's going to be, so the width like this, and it's going to take around 0.5 seconds to change anytime it is moving like that. So yeah, let me change it to, this one I'm changing it directly to stitch on, but by the time it's adding in this thing, it should kind of move the way I'm expecting it to move like that. So where is it? So we have this, we have the span, and we have all this stuff. So the width is going to take 0.5 to change. So you can see it will be changing because the thing is calculating, it will not just move like that. be doing it the way I want it to. As you can see that this one is just jump, 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 jump. We don't want it like that. So as the value is changing, this instance should just be moving like the way we want. We want it to be moving slowly, not just jump the way it's jumping before. All right, so this one is done. So the next thing we need to do is the question box. So we need to create that one too. And that one just need the only thing it needs is the question that it want to display. So this one progress, we are done with the progress. Close the progress, close this progress text. So after this one comes we add the question box like this. So the question box, it doesn't need what the only thing it just expressing is the question that you want to display. So and it's going to show it to you. So what are we doing inside that place? So what we are returning, let me see it. What are we returning? It's just this stuff here. So it's just this thing. So we need to style it, and I think I will be using P, okay, 1.25, 1.25 on small screen, 1.25 on small screen, tablet 2.25. So we just want to, should I use, let me use H3 so that it will be bold by default, but it's not bold, it is semi-bold. So yeah, this is not the way we are supposed to do it, but for now, let me just put it like this. So for class name, so the font semi-bold, but I think it's 500. The semi-bold service is 600. But let me leave it like that. So which other thing do we need to do? Yeah, the text. The text is 1.25 text XL, I think, or large. Yes, 1.25. But on the medium, it is that text 2XL. No, it's not 1. It's not even more than that text 3XL. It's more than that. 5XL. No. 4XL. Yeah, this is it. So on the tablets, the font size is 2.25. But on the mobile, we have 1.25. So that's what we use there. So text line 1. No, it's XL. So 1.25 on this one, 2.25 like that. So save. So where are we going to use this one? We need to use it here. But where is the question coming from? We don't know yet. So paste it here for now. So for now, but it's expecting question to display. So I will just pass something like that. So this is what I will just pass for now. But we need to pass the question for this stuff. So save it, and we're going to be getting question from that our data stuff, but we've not looked any question yet, so we don't know what's going on. So yeah, go back to the page, and we should have the question by this side. But the spacing is not like the way it is on the design. If you look at it on the design, on the mobile there is no space, but on the desktop there's actually a space going on there. The space is different on desktop. So you can see that this one go to the like there's a lot of gap in between them on mobile, so which is around this 10.5 rem like that. Or another way of doing it is by doing justify content space between and but I think the gap is going to be enough. So on desktop, we want to have a gap in between. So the gap between this and this is like this. Is 1.6 or let's just say 1.75. But for this one, it's different. So which means these two needs to be grouped together so that we can achieve what we are expecting there. Like that. So this one, I'm going to cut them out. Give it put in a div like this. So paste it here. The class name that's flex code. Then this one is going to be gap of 6. Yeah, 7. What's the value here? Yeah, this one for 7.5 is okay between the two of them. But from here on the large screen, the gap is going to be, let me see, is it 12? Or is it no? It is 16. It is 4 a.m. It is 20. Because that one is 10. What I'm looking for is 10. This is 5. 32. What does this one give us? 8 a.m. 30. The next one is 40. Let me see. After 32, I think that is 36. Yeah. So this one is 9 a.m. I think it's okay. Normally it's supposed to be 10, but let me read it like this. So on desktop, that's the spacing that we want there. And I think it's more. It's more. So that's 44 is the next value. Is it 44 40? Yeah, this is 11 a.m. So if you give that gap for this one, that's what. So these two, this one here is the one that group these two together because I don't want that spacing to be here. I only want it to be between this one and that one. So that's why I have to group it so that the one from that stuff will not affect the two of them. So it will only affect that div and this one. Like that. I don't know why are we not putting gap. The container did not it have gap. All right, so we have this. The next thing we need to do is to load our question. But before we load the question, I want to work on this one first. This we need to show the title of the question that we pick there. So where is this? Now again, too, I mentioned that home page. It's showing on our home page, but it's not supposed to show. So let's go to where we have it, which is the layout. So under the layout, here, how do you know that you're on the home page? So you can check the URL. Or another way of doing it is by checking whether we have quiz type. You know, we are loading the quiz type from the URL, so we can use our query params too. So here const quiz type is going to be used params like this. So this quiz type will either be there or not. Not on the home page, it will never be there at all. So what we can do here, so use this one to condition the stuff. So if there is no, what's this one? Close this one. So where are we using this stuff? So under the header. So this is it here. So the only time we want it to show is when there is quiz type. So quiz type and this. So that's the only time we want to see it. So save it like this, and you see that it will disappear. But that's a problem. The problem now is that this one is not here. So we need to use a tool where we are doing this justify whatever stuff. So this styling will be changing based on whether there is quiz type or no quiz type. So we need to remove this styling too, like that. So because we need to use something else. So this one now, so just display it as flex, but so here now, is there quiz type? If there is quiz type, do something. If there is no quiz type, do another thing. So if there is quiz type, we know that this thing will be here. So we just want to justify. But if it is not, what we want to do is end like that, which is going to be flex end. It's just one item that is there at this point, so just move it to the end. But if there is a quiz type, you know that this one will show. And once this one show, we need to justify between. So save it now and run the stuff. So it will go there. When there is no quiz type, you see that the styling is using for that parent. The styling is using for as you can see, it's flex end. So which means it will just move everything into the end. But once we go to the other page, it will change the stuff now. It's now space between. So it will see that this one is there. So it will just space between them. But we need to change this text. We need to change the text from what we have. If you look at it, the only text that is there, we have the icon, we have the stuff, the title. So yeah, we're not going to use this one. So we need to use our icon. That's why we created the component, and we'll call it this. What did we call it? Yeah, quiz icon box. But you know, this thing is expecting something from us. It's expecting title. It's expecting the title. It's expecting the icon, and it's expecting the color code. So which means we need to load that stuff from our URL there, like that. So by this side, I'm going to use H3. Inside this H3, I will just pass the quiz type that you know from URL, you are passing the quiz type there like that. So and then, but this one will not work yet. Let me remove this one for now because there's something we need to do before it works. So based on the quiz that you pick, you can see you pick HTML like that. So if you go back and I pick JavaScript, you see that that's what it shows. go back, click on accessibility. That's what we need to do. But now we need to style it and we need to show the icon. So the style that will be there, let me see the style that will be there. The font is 1.75 on desktop and 1.75 here too. For what on mobile? 1.75, it is 1.125, so they are not the same. So here we need to use class name. So 1.1 text LG like this. Yes, 1.125. Then on medium screen text 1.75. That is XL, I think. 2XL, no, 3XL. Oh, no, no, no. 1.75. This is 1.85. Let's use 2XL. So something I can change myself, but I want to use the tailwind back. So again, to this thing should have a font semi-bold. Is this semi-bold or bold? Let me use the font weight. The font weight is 500, so I'll use that semi-bold like this. So which other thing do we need to do? Yeah, this box. So how do we work on this box? In order for us to be able to know the code, to load the the one that matches what we are looking for. And how do we load it? We've done something like that on the home page. See that we are loading the stuff from the quiz data, then we extract out the quizzes. But this one now it go more than this. You know, this one is loading everything. But this one we need to load the one that matches the URL that you selected. So it's still the same thing we're going to use. So first of all, load everything first. So let me copy this one to that place. And this is what we're going to do too on the quiz page. See that we are doing copy and paste around. So you can use this in, you can use our hooks to extract what we need from the stuff. So this is, let's use hooks to do the stuff. So let's use the hooks to do the stuff instead of us doing this copy and paste. So where do I put the hooks? So I need to create another folder like that. It's not a must that we do this, so you can be doing this copy and paste, but to me it looks like we are doing too much of copy and paste because what we want to do here now is what we are going to do here to load the question that we need. That same way we are doing it at the home page. But the home page is loading everything. This one and this one will be loading the single one. So instead of us doing it like that, we can just put them inside the hooks there. So yeah, inside this place, we're going to have these use questions. So the job of this one is to load the question from that place from it. So access like this if you want to do like that. So export const use questions like this. So this one you can actually give it the question you are looking for. Assuming you are looking for a particular question, it will load it. But if you don't supply it, it will give you everything. If you pass this thing, it will look for it. If you don't pass this thing, it will give you everything. So we're going to use it on your home page back. So yeah, what do we want to do? What we want to do is this one. Like this. So first of all, get all the quizzes data like this. So import quizzes. Where are you coming from? So double Z like this. Then from go back to the assets. Then from there data like this. So what we want to do here is to firstly load everything because this is what we need. Then from there, if there is this question, so if we have questions, so that means if you are sending the question to us, what we want to do is that these quizzes now, then dot find, because we need to find the one that matches this question. So find, what are you looking for? Or this one. Find the one that the title is matching this one. Like that. So it's going to cause data now is going to be this. Data is going to be that. So if data, what we just want to do, we don't even need to do anything. Just return the data directly. So return data like this. So S just return everything back to whoever is calling it. If there is a question that you sent, there is a problem there. This one's supposed to be this. So if there is this question, you are sending it, extract it out from it. No, don't forget the question we are sending is just matching the title. So look for the question that matches the title matches what we pass in. So if you can find it, or if you doesn't find it, just return the data. But if you don't send anything yet, just return everything back to whoever is calling. Now we can use this in anywhere we need it. So we can use it under the home page. So instead of me importing this in myself here like this, we don't need to do this in again. So what I just need to do here is to just pass this one, use questions. So I don't since I'm not supplying anything, it will give me everything by default. So if you go back home page, we load the page, you can see it's still working. And if you supposed to work, you can see now it's still working like that, and everything is in back. Again, we can use it now inside this place. We can use it here. So we can use it under our app layout to extract out what we need because we need it for this question box. But here now, so constant data now is going to be this. So we need to pass the one that matches a quiz type like that. So get the quiz type. That's the title. Pass it to this one. Give us the data so that we can use it where we need it. And you know that if this one is undefined, or if they did not send it, no, it will be undefined. Once it's undefined, this one will not see it, it will return everything back. But we are not even using it because the only time we want to use it is when there is quiz type. Then it will give us the data, we have access to it. Then from there, or let me even console log out the stuff first so that you see what we are getting back. So console log out the data, so save it like this. Go to console, so everything that we're receiving first, then pick the CSS there like that. Can you see? We have access to what we are looking for. So we have title. You can see the title, the icon, and where's the other? Oh yeah, the icon, whatever stuff. But if you go to the home page, it will like if you there's no way you come here that you will not have question type. It's not possible because you don't even get to this page. Like if you remove this question type now, if you remove this, it will because I've already how does this normally if you go to any URL that doesn't exist, it will show error. But it's not showing error, it's coming back here. Why? It's because of what we did here when we started the class. So if you look at here, anytime you go to any page that it doesn't know about, it will just redirect you back to the one page. So which means for you to get here, you must have already put the question type. But no, there's a problem. If the user go and put something that is not our system, it will crash. But for now, let's just assume that everything is okay. So let's see the problem first before we solve the problem. You don't just solve what you've not faced. So you face the problem before you now solve that particular problem. So what do we need to do here? So this is our question box. We need to pass what are we passing into it? Background code, which is coming from this data dot background code. Is that what I call? Okay, icon is. So again, here, what do we need to pass? The icon like this is going to be this data dot icon like that. Another thing we need to pass is the title. You don't even need to extract it. Title already. You can even do it like this. So quiz dot title like that. But I don't want to do it from. Let's leave it like that. So save and run the stuff. If everything is okay, we should have the JavaScript icon there. But now they are not side by side. That's where this class comes in. So flex items center like this, then gap should be around that. So just like little gap in between them like that. So now go back to the previous page, pick the HTML, it will give us the HTML. Pick the CSS, it will give us. See now we don't need to create this in again. It's already we've created the stuff already. So JavaScript, we've seen that one already. And accessibility, then this one too, we have it here. Our toggle too, it's working. See the color code are there already. So we don't need to do too much on all this one because we set up all this in globally. If you are in dark mode by default, all text should be white. And if you are in light mode, all text should be this by default. So we don't need to do too much of work there. But now we need to load the question. So let's load the question too. Don't forget we are the same thing that we did here. We need to go and do it too in our lesson. So you can see the advantage of hooks now. So I don't need to start loading everything where I don't need. So where's our quiz page? So under this our quiz page too, we need to get our data. So how do we get the data? What is this thing doing? I'm not the one that typed it. Abi? Oh, okay. Let me extract this one too directly. So please type like this. Let's just extract it directly. So we don't need to do this one again. We don't need this one. So what we need to is this. So based on the quiz type, extract out the question that we need. Then once we get the data back, we need to set all our questions. So here now we have all our questions in the data. How do we get the first question? So from this side, we need to get the question out. So the question is going to const current question is going to be this our data. Then on it we have all the questions, and on this one we can extract out based on the correct question like this. No, there's a problem now. So this one should be index. So index, or let me just call this one question instead of calling it like that. So let's just call it question based on this stuff. So what do you want to do? So look at the data we are loading on. Let me console log it out first so that you see what is going on there. So console log out the data. This one will give us the question that we are looking for. And let me even console log out the question too so that you see what we are extracting out. So this is going to be question, is going to be question. So this one is going to be data like so save, but there is going to be error. I did not import this our use question. So save it, and there shouldn't be any problem again. So now go to the console. Can you see the question? Under the question, we have the question, you have the option, and you have the answer. The option is what we are going to display here later on. Then based on what you pick, we cross check it with the answer. You know the same option here. You are going to see it here. So we check if what you pick from this option matches what is part of it. Because you can see that it's part of it here too. So which is this number. So we check what you pick. Does it match this one? If it match, it's okay. If it doesn't match, then we show the error and the one that is okay there. You can see that look at it. That's where this one will come in later. If you pick this one, you see that it is correct. So if it is correct, the stop will turn to green. But if it's not correct, then it will turn to this red, and it will still mark the one that is correct there, like that. But we are not going to do this one today. That's going to be another class. It's just layout that we are focusing right now. So now, under it, we need to be able to extract out this question. No, we need to be able to extract out this question like this. So here, I'm just going to call this one question data, but there's a lot of things that is it. So this is going to be question data, and that's what we need to pass. Under the question data, we need to pass it to this one. So question data question like that. So where are you? So we need to pass it to this one. So question data, then question. Like this one, I'm using this question mark. In case we pass some nonsense here that did not match what we are doing, it will not work. So save it. You can see that it show the first question because that's it. We are extracting out the first one based on the index. Later on, when you click on next, it will pick the second one, the third one until you get the last one. Now, if I change it to now, it's supposed to be zero because that's the second question. It's supposed to be zero. This one will give us the first question, but that's a problem. This one has come to zero. So for us to do this one, let's start with one. But where we want to extract it out, we are going to minus one because you know array start from zero. But where on the screen we want to start from one. So here we need to minus one from whatever is our current stuff. So that this one now it will be one minus one, that's zero. So as you can see, what does this thing? So when this one change to two, by the time you want to index, it will be two minus one, that's one. That's the second one. So save it now. This one will be saved two, but this is the question. Again, when you change to three, you see that it will give us the third question, the fourth one. But behind the scene, we are minusing one from that question number. So again, we are going to change it to five, but it's using index four. So we change it to six. On the screen, we are showing six, but where we are taking the question, we are removing one from this is position, but this is the index that we need. Instead of me doing it like this too, I can create a variable for it for you to understand. So first index, or let us say question data index like this. It's going to be this. Then this is the one we just pass here. It's just for reading sake. So I can just pass this one directly, or from the name, someone already know what is going on here. The reason why this -1 is here because we know that it is index. So now we are currently on the 6, but the index we are using is 5 to get the data here like that, and it goes like that until we get to the last one. It will be picking the question that matches it. But what if you type something that is wrong here? For example, I just put accessibility 6 here. Application will fail. You can see that this one is not showing again. This one is still showing 6. Or let me even reload so that I go back to 1. See that our nothing matches this stuff because there is no question for accessibility 6. Or even if you put something randomly, maybe A or something like that. So we should be able to undo something like this. So what we need to do is to check when this thing is loaded. When this thing is loaded, we need to check whether we have data or no data. So if there is no data, just redirect them back to the home page to go and pick the question. But if there is data, then do whatever it needs to do. And how do we do that? So this is know that this question data, it will be coming back. And if you look at it now, question is undefined, data is undefined. So instead of us showing this UI to them, let's redirect them to home page when there is no data. So what we need to do from here is to check, do we have data? If there is data, do all this. But if there is no data, what do we want to do? Just use that same navigate that I used that time. So navigate, which is this one, like this. So if there is no data, there is no need of you staying on this page. So we just go back to the home page, and that's what we need to do. So anytime you send nonsense stuff to us that we don't know about, just redirect them to the page. And once you save, as you can see, it will take them to the home page. But once you click something that is okay, like you can find the question, you can see now that we get the data back, so it will work. But if you put something that cannot get it, it will take the home page. So that's how to solve that part there. Because the time it load, there is no question because we check that CSS4. There's something like CSS4 in our data. So why are you not typing it? And even go to a page that is not correct too. That one too will take you to page. Undo everything. So our application now it's handling all the error. But now let's go back to that page. As you can see, which property is used to change font. See that it's picking the CSS question because it loads the CSS question. Go back, pick JavaScript. You see that how can you add a comment in JavaScript? So now we need to be able to display the option to the user there, which is something that we're going to be doing in the next. But I will just showcase the stuff to you. What we need to do. Yeah, we need to have another this in there, but we need to have another this in here. What was that? Should I move all this in into their own respective classes or in their own component? I think it will make sense so that anybody that want to read code, once you check your component, you already know what is going on. So I'm going to create all this in their own respective component like a file like that. So this one is going to be JSX, then uh, RA RAFCE like this. It's going to create the stuff. Then I just need to copy the stuff that is inside it. So everything like this. So just cut out everything, move it here. So this is what I need to replace it with. So saved so that we know all the component we are using in our application. Not until you open this file, you will now see that oh, you actually have this component here. So again, to create the component for this one too, JSX, REFCE, so that it generate the file, then replace the parts that you need to replace. So replace this part like that. Oh, I did not copy the full stuff. Let me cut out the entire stuff. So cut this one too, and paste it here like that. So save. So save this one. Where's the other one? So save this one too. And for the last one that we have there, the question box. So cut this one too. So here we have the question box.jsx. REFCE to generate this stuff for me, replace everything here, save it. But now this one will be complaining because it can't find them again. So we need to import now. So import this one to import and this one to import. So everything is okay. The other one we're going to be creating now is going to be, let me move all this one together, all this stuff, let me move them together into this place. So the other one we need to import now, the other one we need to import is, the other one we need to work on is the each card for the question. And that one kind of crazy because there's a lot of things that you can see. This one we need to work. So we need to know when you click on it. We need to know when it is success, like when it is the correct answer, and we need to know when it is this. And again, too, that still there are of three. So look at it. It have this mode when it is not even. So this is one. This is two. This is three. This is four, and this is five. So when it's success and it's not the correct answer you pick, as you can see, it's only the icon it will show. It doesn't show the line around it. But if it is the correct one too you pick, the icon will be there and this one will be there. And again too, this thing will turn to green. It will turn to red when it is not right. And again, it will not even turn anything because this is what it's supposed to pick for it. So we need to be able to receive, like the thing needs to receive some props. Based on the props, it will change the styling that it needs to display like that. But for now, let me quickly work on this button that we have it. So this button should be able to submit. So like that one too should be, because I think that button is being used in other place there. So it's going to be a component. Yeah, it's being used here. So with our button, we need to style it. So here we need to create a button GSX like this. So REFA. And as you can see, the button needs to receive the text you want to display. So it needs to receive the props. So here it's going to receive props, but I'm going to call it children so that you can pass anything you want into it like that. And inside this place is going to be children. But once the button is clicked, what do you want it to do? So we need to receive on click like this. So this one too is not going to be div, it's going to be button. Then on click, on click, come aside. So on click like this. So that anybody that calls it, whatever you pass on click is what is going to send. But we need to style it. So we need to style it. So this is going to have a class name. So which is going to be rounded around that medium. And the text is going to be white. Is that the way it is on dark theme? Let me see the way it is. Okay, it's the same thing across, whether it is light or dark. So BG have purple like this, and what's the text size? What's the font size? The font size is 1.125, 1.125, 1.75. So text large is 1.125. Yes. So on the medium, this is going to be text 3XL like that. With come outside. What did I type? So it's going to be text, yeah. 1 point, it's 1.87. It should be 2XL. I don't want it. So the padding, what padding do we have there? So the padding is 2.2 on this thing, but on mobile, the padding is 0.75. So we have P as a 3. So P3, then on medium, that's P and 6 or so. P8. What's the border radius here? It's random stuff. Border radius is scroll down. Border radius is 0.75 on large screen. Look at this in shadow. Look at it. But when we get there in the next class, Oh no, I think we've worked on that one. We've put shadow there too. So where's the tablet? So 0.75 on tablet 1.5. So shadow, ah, um, none of them here. Okay, this one want to work. What did I use before? Ah, no, not shadow, rounded. Not shadow that we're applying. So shadow rounded medium here, 3.75. No, I think that one that's 0.75 XL. Yeah, this is it. So on medium, it is what is that? What did I? 1.5. So medium rounded 3XL. So you know how subject you are 3XL 1.5 on dots. So save. Then inside on our first page, inside the second section, so we need to have the div that lists out all this one. And under it, we now have it. So this is going to be your list later on. This is where we're going to put the list. Then after this one, we now have the button, not this button. Ah, button like this. So we just need to pass what is this? And the text too is changing based on whether you've clicked or you want to go to next screen. So the button can either be next question or it's going to be submit. So let me check because the thing is changing. It's changing on that page. So as you can see, submit answer like that. And again, too, it have next. Where's yeah? So it have next question. It can change based on whether they've picked answer or not. So we're going to see how to handle all those logic. So I will just put it at the top here. So I'm going to put it at the top here. So cons button text because it's something that needs to be changing. So set button text. And by default, it's going to be submit answer. Because anytime you get to the page, that's the first thing you do. Submit answer. But when you submit answer, we check whether it is okay or not. We give you the results. After the result, it will now be next question. And based on the text that is there, the click to will be different. We'll be doing something else. So submit answer. So on the button here, we need to have button text. Button text for it to be changing. And we don't need to start doing it here. So once you don't update the state, this one to change. So this one to need to receive on click. So on click like this, and do button click. So this button click too is depending on the text that is here. If the text is this submit answer, we know that we want to check the answer that is submitted. But if the button that is here is next question, you know that we want to increase this value here. So I think I will even change it to this next question so that you can see it that the way this question. So once undo this stuff, so it's going to be this. Then we need to check. So if the button text that is here is the same thing as a submit answer, we know that we want to check answer. So like that. So I'll just set it to this for now. Else, what do I want to do? So just increase the next question that we have. So I set this one to 6 by default. It should be 1. Like that. So set total question. Total question say I'm supposed to set it to, and the total question I'm not supposed to be using states. I'm not supposed to be using states. It's supposed to come from here. This is where it's going to come from because it needs to come from the question that we're getting from this data here. So whatever question we get from the data here, that's where we're going to set it. So this is what I'm saying here. Going back to the page, you can see the data that we got back. There is a question there. Can you see the total? So that's where we're going to get the total stuff. So in case it increase later on, we don't need to be tweaking our stuff there. So it's going to be this one. So the total this thing. So it's going to be total question is going to be this one. Data, then questions, then length like this. Or if it is not available, just use 10 by default. But it's depending on what you fetch from the data. Like that. So this one should be okay. So save, it should still be 10 because that's the stuff that is here. But now, as you can see, I have submit answers. If I click on submit answer, the button will change. So, but at that time we need to check the stuff. But right now we don't have it, so that's why I'm just keeping it. But now if you click on, see that this thing is moving smoothly. So it's not like the one that is jumping. But we need to check too whether you've gotten to the end of the total question. So if you've gotten to the end of the total question, we want to redirect them to the results page. So that one is simple to do. Here we need to check. So if total this thing, if total question is the same thing as current index or current question, what we want to do here is just to take them to the place, take them to that place. So let's suppose navigate is going to be use navigate like this. So use navigate. And where are we navigating them to? So navigate to the results page like that. So that's what we call it. So save it, go back to the page. So click on submit, 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 submit 9, 10, and but there is a problem. Yeah, after it, there's no problem. Now we have the result page. So first, let's in the next class we're going to work on the result page first because that one is simple. We work on the result page, and when we're done with the result, then we now go back to that particular. Because that one is one that have a lot of work to do. Like this side, that's a lot of work to do because there are different stuff that is going on there based on this thing. So go to the mobile should be okay because we've handled the layout stuff, so it will work out of the box. So I think it's okay, but this thing jam packed together is too big for small screen. But if I go to this kind of a phone, this is how it's going to come outside. And I think this spacing too is too small. I don't think we even put any spacing. So where's the quiz? Where's that page? So where's the quiz? It's what I want. So this is it. It's this container, but this container is not expecting any style from us. So for now, I will just leave it like that, or go to the container and just see what we are doing there on small screen. What's the spacing on small screen? The gap is 5 on small screen. On large, it is this. But we should be able to give it the gap that it should use. If you supply the gap, it's going to use it. If you don't supply it, if you supply the class, you can actually receive class the stuff at the back. So anybody that want to call this in should be able to customize the stuff. Use the default one by default. Use the default one, but you can still customize the stuff. So class name like this. So by default, if you don't supply it, just use this in don't go back again. So the keyboard should go back to US. So use this one by default. If you don't supply it, but if you supply the stuff, use it. So now in my quiz page, I can customize that container too. So like this. So class name like this, I can customize it. The only thing I just want to customize is the gap. The gap should be let's say 8 on the so like this. So I want the gap there saved. So 8 is even small. Let me use 10. But if you go to the home page, it will not do it. It will use the default one. Use this one if it is what you want to use, but if you don't supply it, use what it's being supplied by default. If you go to desktop, then it's still going to use the same thing because I can see that it was jam packing together. But this button is it not too big? To me, it looks big. Or is it because of my this system that I'm using? I'm not using the other system. I'm used to this crane of this one. So where's the button? I think I need to reduce it. It's too much. The padding is too much. This P8 is 2 IM. But wait though. Uh, I'm going to make sure. Let me use okay, medium P Y should be 6. On the Y, we want it to be smaller compared to the way it is. The same thing here too. What are we using? P is 3. So PY should be 2. So that it can have this nice button design. So this one and this one will be 2. This one will be 8. This one will be 6. So the same thing too on the mobile. So you can see it's not and there I think I prefer this mobile. So let me reduce this one. This one should be 5 and this one should be 4. But it's too big to me. Even this thing too that I use looks big. Yeah, see now. No, maybe it's that increase the screen. Let me return it. Oh, 100%. This is 100% for this screen, which looks nice, like this. But something is going on. This background now is not on the body, so that's why it's like this. But we want this thing to. So let me see. The home page, the layout is under the layout. That's where we apply it. Yeah, this it's minimal age is screen. I can just remove this one. Remove it from here. Since it's the same thing across, you can go and apply it on the body that we have. Because now it's not showing, once you scroll up, it's losing the stuff. So, like this, just apply it on the body. So whether you scroll or you don't scroll, the body should have everything like that. Not that it's not showing that white stuff at the back. Even this background too said you want to make it this, you can just apply it on the body instead of applying it on the scene. But I think it's okay like this for now. Everything is okay. So we have our toggle and we have our this. This system is more for my face. Okay, I think it's perfect. So that should be all.